making a Godzilla movie.
Oh, are they?
Huh? Yeah. Excited.
And it actually looks good.
Are they going to call back Matthew Broderick for this one?
Only to be eaten?
Hopefully not. But yeah, to be eaten, I'm all for that.
That's a lot of fish.
Do you think Matthew Broderick tastes like fish?
Probably a little fishy, yeah. I make these jokes, but I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's really,
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't love that movie?
I actually got mad because
And
nobody knew who Abe Froman was until Mike piped up.
And Killian has pointed out that Edward Norton didn't want to do Avengers and suggested Mark Ruffalo.
Which was a good suggestion, I think. Because, Mark
Yeah, I
Ruffalo
really enjoyed his performance.
Mark Ruffalo is always angry.
The weird thing is, a lot of people missed... I think that's probably why a lot of people didn't get why he could do that in Hulk, in Avengers, rather. Because at the end of The Incredible Hulk, they show him pretty much mastering his power.
Yeah.
It's kind of like people that say that Loki died at the end of Thor when he just fell off a bridge. Which, in movie deaths is akin to nothing, really. No one dies of falling in movies except the Joker.
Yeah.
And Two-Face that one time. 2 times, actually, thinking about it.
Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, we chose a real good game to play.
The excitement. The action.
Yeah, the suspense.
A time of high adventure.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so apparently I've been wasting money. Let me try something out here. Okay, it's not him.
If I could do a Mako voice, I would have done that better.
Oh, wait.
At least it's not the literal grind like in Conan.
What?
What a mess.
In
Absolutely.
the first Conan movie, where he's turning that thing for, like, his entire adolescent life.
Yeah.
Turning that wheel was apparently a hell of a workout, though.
Yeah.
Apparently, didn't have to eat anything either.
Psh, P90X? Try spinning this wheel.
What the hell? Where'd it
Apparently
go?
he's going to be playing Conan again soon.
Oh, this is the wrong town.
Schwarzenegger's going to be in another Conan?
Yeah, a true follow-up to the original movie that overrides the Destroyer.
And the previous reboot to Conan?
Presumably. Which I haven't seen, actually. It's kind of funny, because the story of... The original movie is pretty much the story of a different character called something else, but... Kull the Conqueror, I think. By the same author. Which did get a movie that was originally intended to be the third Conan movie. It's weird how these things work out.
Yeah.
Hollywood bureaucracy is a hell of a force.
It really is. I heard there were 2
Well, I
Matrix
wonder
movies
if
that
they'll...
I heard there were two
What?
Matrix. I heard there were two Matrix movies that they were going to make, but Hollywood stopped them.
As in two more?
To follow the one.
God, good things those never saw the light of day.
I know, right? Where could they possibly go with such a wonderful movie?
It connected so well with everybody just because the ending was open-ended.
Yeah.
But there was a sequel to The Matrix. It was called Saints Row 4, and it's the greatest thing ever.
The hell? Oh, it's in the castle. Ah.
Speaking of The Matrix and also Blade,
Yeah.
I think the worst thing... I think the worst sort of legacy of those movies was everything wearing black for like 10 years. So suddenly the
10
X-Men
what?
couldn't be colourful anymore.
10 days.
Days?
I don't know. That's what that jerk off does. He recovers your magic. Not why doesn't he recover your health? That doesn't make any sense.
He's a wizard, not a nurse.
Well, here.
If you want your health back, go to a Pokemon Center and sit on that tray.
So you're telling me the first spell I learned was this. Heal. So you're telling me I'm a better wizard than the guy behind the desk at the fucking castle.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I know 3 whole spells.
You are the
Spells are
greatest
hard to
wizard in the
learn.
land!
Even though I'm a warrior, because this game's called Dragon
He
Warrior,
can't do maths.
not Dragon Wizard.
Well, originally Dragon Quest.
Well, Matt,
More like dragging
And-
your balls.
And how many Final Fantasies are there?
457. I'm counting the sides and remakes and stuff.
And which one is the last one?
I think they're the last one that released, the last one that's going to release, or the last one that's in
No, as in the
development.
Final Fantasy.
The first one, because that's the only one that's just called Final Fantasy and doesn't have a number, or, any hang-on titles or dangling whatever. So Final Fantasy, the very first one. Final answer.
And it had a name that actually had meaning.
Yeah, it really did. It's a great backstory.
The creator was, as in the backstory to the game.
Yeah.
How he was going to basically leave and go back to university.
Yeah. But then his last game was such a big success that it was just like, here's money!
Holy crap, money!
Yeah.
You mean I don't have to work for a living? I can just play games?
That's what we're attempting to do.
He'd probably take offense to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably would. I like his work, I'm sorry.
Though, to be honest, I've probably said a lot of things that he would take offense to. Like, anything I have to say about any Final Fantasy past 6. Except for maybe 9. I haven't played that yet, but I've heard a lot of really good things about 9.
He wrote 7 because his mum died.
Yeah. Well, the Eris subplot was from that, yes.
Though the original concept ended up being Parasite Eve as well.
Really?
Apparently it was going to be like a detective game set in New York with a hot-blooded detective character lead.
Mm.
And then Spirits Within happened.
Yeah, which nearly bankrupt the company.
That
That
did
movie's
bankrupt the
so
production studio.
uninteresting.
I find it funny because
It's not even like it's the. Sorry, go on.
I find it funny because I saw that when it came out, and it didn't seem that bad to me. I mean, it didn't seem to match the series very much, but it wasn't that bad of a movie.
Well, I was gonna say it's like it's not the worst movie ever made. It's just really boring,
Yeah.
and it shouldn't be because there's a lot of things happening. But it's just
You
the
just
only
don't care
character
about
you
them.
really. Yeah, I mean the only character that you really have any sense believing in, like, it, is James Woods' character, who's like he's the only one that makes sense. All of his actions are actually kind of justified by the end of the film until he starts going crazy.
I still can't believe Steve Buscemi was in that fucking film. Son
The only
of a
casting I remember
bitch.
The only casting I remember being particularly interesting though was the lady that played Chun-Li in the Street Fighter movie is playing Aki in the Final Fantasy movie, I think.
Hmm.
Just seemed kind of weird. You'd think they'd get a bigger name if they could get people like James Woods.
They probably got him from like complete happenstance. It's like, oh, you're working on Final Fantasy movie? I love those games. Do I get to be the tortured lead character or the sage lead? And then you didn't really get any of that type of dynamic.
It's weird because I wouldn't say Advent Children is a better movie,
Neither would I.
but I would say it's more watchable.
It actually took place in a universe that took with the games, you know.
I'd like to think it took place in a fan universe.
Pretty much.
So we got Sephiroth here. He's dead, but sort of not.
Yeah. And then we got Eris here, who's also dead but sort of not.
And Zack for some reason.
Yeah. It's like
They're making a game with him, and it's actually quite good. It actually was, which is weird.
yeah.
Still, it's one of those things where, as just a visual, like just to sit down and watch it, it's quite fun to see the fight scenes and pretty graphics and a very good soundtrack.
Of what, Kingdom Hearts? Or what are you talking about?
Advent Children.
Oh, right. I thought we were talking about the game that you were talking about. I'm lost.
Oh no. The Final Fantasy game with Zakin was actually pretty good though. As in Crisis Core for the PSP.
Okay.
It's actually nice to have a protagonist to a Final Fantasy game that, even though he goes through quite a lot of crap through the adventure, he's still not as emotionally distant from everything in the universe as every other Final Fantasy protagonist.
Okay.
He's actually kind of fun still.
I need to step up a minute, and I need to say something on that front. Cecil, the protagonist from Final Fantasy IV, like the first 8 to 12 hours of that game is that guy doing nothing but catching direct shit right into his mouth. And though he doesn't really have a personality that you're aware of until the DS remake, which completely fucks him up, but yeah, he was. To put it this way, the guy was a shit magnet. For like 8 hours of the game, you're just watching people turn on him watching civilizations destroyed, him being sent to set a village on fire unwillingly, being banished from his own kingdom. Oh my god, it's fucking ridiculous.
I was mainly just referring to like the post sort of PlayStation 1 era
Yeah.
of video games in general, where every hero was just kind of a brooding, angsty weirdo.
Yeah, like this was back in a time where like the heroes weren't quite silent protagonists, but their bullshit wasn't quite at the forefront of the story. Like the story was the story and the guy was just your link to the story. Like he had a personality and he had things to say, but it wasn't like the center focus and he was the star of some sort of fucking film.
The things I loved about Metal Gear Solid 3 was like his character is kind of like a nice guy to begin. I mean, he's a terrible person, but he cracks a smile, he laughs at points, and even though he gets his eye shot out and is brutally tortured and so on, he still is that guy until the final reveal of the story, which you kind of understand every reason why he becomes the villains in the later games.
Yeah. Oh, that's Big Boss, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. See, I
it's
had
like
a
his Magneto moment.
yeah, I had a friend of mine try to diagram out the story for Metal Gear Solid for me. Like, and it was this big. I wish I still had it. This big, complicated diagram that he just drew out for me, and it was like, yeah, did you like this game?
It's a series of games, and each one's its own thing.
Well, yeah,
It's except for four anyway,
yeah. I
which just try
actually
to tie all. So go on.
that's a game I keep forgetting to get. I actually can't remember if I have Metal Gear Solid 4 or not. I'm pretty sure I've like had an inclination to get it because I have the other three, so why not? But I can't remember if I have it or not. I'm gonna have to check in my. Well, actually, what am I saying? It's not like I can't tear myself away from this incredibly immersive gameplay to look to see if Metal Gear
It's
Solid.
like we're there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I have Metal Gear Solid
But yeah.
4 yet. But it's on my list of things to get.
Also, I'm pretty just to refer to Killian's quote. I'm sure it was 7 days because everything was seven in seven. Which is true if you look it up. Like almost everything that happens for a course of days is like 7 days. It's 7 days until the end of the world. Tifa was knocked out for 7 days.
Yeah.
It's
So you're saying that game had a very definite theme of itself?
pretty much. Haha, I win. And I haven't even met you. Just remember as a kid finding it funny how much it came up.
I don't think I ever realized that. I'm gonna be reviewing like as many like all the Final Fantasy games if I can. So I'll probably be paying more attention to that.
Yeah, it's like even from the start, it's like it takes place and it starts off in Sector 7. Tifa's
Yeah.
bar is called the Seventh Heaven.
Wow. Yeah.
If your life points are all set
All seven.
or
What?
something,
You cut
like
it.
if all of your HP is like 777 or something.
Yeah.
What happens?
You get like a boost of some sort.
Mm.
I can't remember exactly what happens, but it's basically the whole theme of good luck with the number 7.
Oh. That sounds kind of hoaxy. Are you sure? Are you sure that's a real thing?
No, it's true.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty sure anyway. I'm quite a reservoir for useless knowledge.
That's always good.
I
Okay.
could probably tell you too much stuff about Mortal Kombat.
Okay. Oh, I guess I can't even find out how much I have to get from my next level without talking to the king. What, to counter...
I think me and Dave are supposed to be reviewing that Jim Carrey movie in question.
Oh, number 23?
Is that it? Was that right?
Yes.
Huh.
I know because it used to be a running gag in a band I used to be in. We'd just be like me and one of the guitarists would be like, oh, 2 plus 2 is 23. You know, just ridiculous shit. I may have just realized something. I don't know if we were picking up any sound
What's
from... we may not have been picking up any sound from the game. Though honestly, it's not a big deal. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Listen. It was a Headshot. You'd know if it was Listen. You were in Listen. Listen was a band that we did. It was an intentionally bad punk band, and it was too bad. You know, like there's bad, and then there's
As good as the other ones.
It was really bad. It was. We had a music video on the very same channel that we're putting up these episodes on, and it's so bad that I removed the music video for the purposes of putting up these videos. It got fucking panned.
I remember, was it sort of the same old kind of the punk rock from the early 2000s where it's just every song is about their ex-girlfriend?
Oh, no. We were trying for like hardcore punk, like heavier stuff. We weren't doing that.
Old school.
Yeah, we weren't doing the fucking emo bullshit.
I just remember we had a channel back in like 2002 called P-Rock that was just for punk rock.
Right.
And I was downstairs drawing in the kitchen for college, I think.
Right.
And I didn't notice a single track changing until Cypress Hill came on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Ridiculous.
That's a thing that can happen. Oh, shit! We're fighting a skeleton now.
I'm getting deja vu these days whenever we have the radio on at work.
Yeah.
It's just everything's just another freaking dance song.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very possible that we didn't record any music from this game until just now, but it doesn't really matter.
We can put our own music in.
No, we can't. Ah, shit, that's a cave that we don't want to go into. Trying to find a village that's supposed to be down here. Because that's
Is it hidden?
No.
Is that it?
That's a bridge you're seeing there. Oh, hold on. Let me refer
What's
to the...
that big abyss in the center of the map?
It's a poisonous field.
Ah. Go swim in it.
Oh, this isn't where the fucking... They sent us somewhere else. They sent us down here to power level, but we're actually supposed to be heading east to a town over there. So what the fuck are we doing here? This walkthrough is not the most accurate thing. And it's just a big wall of text of unnecessary shit. It's like, talk to this guy and he says this. Talk to this guy and he says this. And it really has no effect on the game or really tells you anything new in the story either.
Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to call it, I'm afraid.
Alright. Oh, hang on. Let me see a thing here before that happens. Okay, yeah. Can you hold out for like another 5 minutes? Hello?
Hello. Did something happen to Mike and Zilla?
I know, right? I'm sitting here like
No.
just didn't have anything to say.
Well, not particularly.
Okay, so this is particularly bullshitty because we just bought a $560 axe, but it's acting about the same as the $180 copper sword.
Well, did you get the extended warranty?
Fuck. That's where they get you.
Well, did you get the batteries?
Uh, batteries not included? What the fuck is that supposed to mean? This is a fantasy setting. Son of a bitch. And our viewer is dubstepping,
Well,
apparently.
Link had to get the batteries to use the Master Sword.
Is that what those gems that we're collecting in Ocarina of Time are? Batteries?
No, the medallion's in A Link to the Past. Because he could get that at any time, he just couldn't pull it out without the batteries.
Right. So that's what they are. They're just, they power up the sword and release it. That's the justification.
Yep.
Oh. See, now I feel like
They
I
let
know.
it do the light up and sound effects.
So that's how the lightning shoots out of the tip of it.
No, that's just due to kinetic energy.
See, now I'm starting to get confused over a mechanic in a game for the Super Nintendo. Which not oft happens. I'm going to have to pay attention to more contextual clues now the next time I play that game. Alright, so apparently where we're going is east of here.
They sort of brought the whole lightsaber, Master Sword, like energy blade thing back for Skyward Sword,
Right.
which is pretty cool. You could sort of angle it so it's like a Destructo disc.
I'd kind of like to have some variation of the sword's ability to shoot beams, or like Fierce Deity's Mask be Link's final smash.
That'd be
I'm not a
cool,
big
actually.
fan of his just Triforce thing.
Yeah.
No, it's just kind of bland, really.
I would also like Captain Falcon's Limit Break to be his Super Falcon Punch from the F-Zero anime. But what are you gonna do?
I love that Captain Falcon wasn't even a character before Smash Brothers gave him that punch. It's not like he had anything other than racing going on, and then suddenly, oh, we gave him the best move in the entire universe. We're going to put that in a cartoon show about the series in which he's not the main character.
Well, the main character becomes the new Captain Falcon.
Screw him.
After Captain Falcon delivers a Falcon Punch so mighty that it blows up half the track.
I do
Including
like that he's voiced by the Japanese VA for Vegeta as well.
The VA. We're using industry terms now.
Really?
I don't know. I just felt
I'm sure
like
anime fans would get pissed off at me for that. It's like Seiyu or something, I forget what it was.
And yes, Ganondorf was a slow Captain Falcon.
I thought they made him better in Brawl. He felt a bit more controllable, I guess.
He felt heavier, I would say, but more like that he's just a big guy, not that his controls are clunky.
I kind of wish they put Wind Waker Ganon in there with his two blades.
uh
I'm glad that Brawl didn't go with like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 did with the buy these characters with the DLC, but keeping my
Yeah.
fingers crossed that the next one doesn't decide to release characters as DLC.
yeah.
Nintendo still hasn't quite embraced DLC properly yet.
I'm glad for that.
Yeah, me too. I remember Jim Sterling made a good point once that Nintendo's inability to go forward has kind of made them the most gamer-friendly, consumer-friendly uh, option.
And I believe Mew 3 is just the mega form of Mew 2. So maybe they could give Mewtwo, if they brought him back, that as his final smash, but I don't think Mew 3 is a real thing.
But he has a mega. He does has like 2 mega evolutions depending on the version of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm going to head off now. So it was good being here,
All right,
and I
man.
will see you all soon.
Yes, probably for the next Ocarina session, which I'm going to try to get one of these days this weekend.
Which ironically will make more progress in, even though you're finding it harder to play.
Yeah, well, I think my frustration is what fuels our progress, because I get just so pissed off, and I'm just like, whatever, I'm just going to fucking do it, and then I do it, and I don't know how it works, but it works.
Anyway, I'll see you all later.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.